We never are.
Hey guys,
Oof.
we'll get started in just a second. AR, why don't you try talking for a moment?
Okay, talk.
Okay,
That's you might want to. Hey, you might want to.
Somebody's
You might want
phone's
to
going
try
off?
that. Yeah, I might want to try that again.
Yeah,
My
AR,
wife's
try
phone
talking.
decided to go off at that time.
We need to figure out how to get you some RTX voice, AR. Okay, May, try talking.
It's AR's birthday in a week. Yay!
We'll celebrate it by taking the week off.
Yeah,
But then it's my birthday like a couple days after, so that means we take the other week off as well.
No, that means we
arguably it's the same week.
that means we have the show to punish you.
Fuck. But yeah, it is the same
Mm.
week. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Wednesday versus Saturday, so.
Yeah.
Okay, levels seem to be good. I think we can just get started. You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the Will podcast. We're here to entertain and inform while talking about Digimon. I'm Mark, running with the Will.
I'm AR Pulver, Digimon System Restore.
I'm May from Lost in Translation, and we didn't do 30 seconds of silence.
Yes, because me and May have audio correction now. AR turned his off because it killed his computer.
Okay.
And there is no way for me to do it just to AR.
That's fair. All right. I was just wondering we missed something, but no, you've got it under control. Fantastic.
I like that we start the show by talking about tech issues when we have a question later on about tech issues.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
I'm more curious why May didn't stop us last week when we didn't do the 30 seconds either.
I only pay attention like half of the time, and I think
we're aware.
I had a migraine coming on last week. I think I had like a migraine or something coming on last week at the start.
Not fun.
So I was not really paying attention to a lot of things.
So we said it was going to be 2 weeks. We decided 3 because it seemed better to wait for V-Jump. There was very little overall.
Yeah, it was kind of slow, other than basically.
Well, to be fair, I believe if you check the exact logs of the conversation we had, I would, V-Jump will show up, maybe we'll get some Survive news, and we did not.
Yeah.
So moving on, start with, unfortunately, Zach Birchie passed. Anyone who paid attention to anime news, it was hard not to just, almost everything revolved around him, basically.
Yeah, it was big back in the day. Because I have a journalism background, and knowing what he did for streamlining anime
and continued to do
journalism, and continuing to do so even after anime got big enough for a lot of other outlets to start picking up on it. It's kind of revolutionary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a rough day for I think about 3 different people passed away around that day. I feel like it was just a bad day. I woke up to that news, and then a couple hours later, I found out that my favorite person on Terrace House, who is also a wrestler, passed away.
Oh yes, that's right.
Which that one pissed me off. Because it was because of cyberbullying, and I was just like, who the fuck would? She's like this precious little energetic little flower person, and I love her, and that was sad. So that was just a rough day. Jeez.
Yeah.
But with Birchie, just the outpouring of comments from the different kinds of people in the industry, you don't really think about the impact he had on the industry until you see the sorts of names that are coming out and saying how they knew him and what they thought of him and how much of an impact he had.
Yeah, because I used to run a small review site, and I still remember the most negative thing he ever said when he was looking at the site was when he saw me review a t-shirt, and it was like that's beneath you type thing. And he wasn't wrong, but small site was able to review a themed shirt, went for it. And he fairly did give me the crap for it that I deserved, and he would do that for himself too, to be fair.
Right.
Yeah. In more positive news, Famish came out, and I actually rather liked it, to be honest. AR was less solid in his review because he knows too many people around it.
Way too close to that movie to give it a fair review. Yeah. I mean, this is for some background. This was filmed at the convention that I ran for several years. Like, I helped introduce Jeff to the convention this was filmed at. The officiant of my wedding is in the opening credits.
AR, you're breaking up quite a bit.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, try again.
Yeah, it's just that the officiant of my wedding is in the opening credits. Like, this is just the fact that this was filmed at the convention I ran for several years. So it's really just hard for me to give it a proper assessment.
For next time, we will have to figure out what's going on there, because I've never heard you break up that bad.
It was fine for me. It was just fuzzy. Like, it sounded like there was just some fuzziness to it.
Oh, I was getting more of almost like a soft thump type thing. But
I was getting something high pitched.
Huh. Yeah, interesting movie. I avoided saying who the villain is, but since Jeff said it in so many interviews, Brian Donovan playing the villain works really well.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
That part was very amusing.
Yeah, won't spoil too much of it because it's fun and it's really worth watching.
Yeah.
Then
I would point out the movie not the smoothest when it comes to navigating mental health issues. There
may
be some troubling stuff. There may be some troubling scenes in there for some people.
The one thing that I will say that really actually bothered me a bit, and I keep forgetting about this, is I won't spoil exactly what happens, but at one scene you have Jeff swallowing a bunch of pills, and they don't really follow up on it, minus that he just sort of goes to sleep and then wakes up.
Yeah.
And like the framing scene of someone going to wake him up, you almost wonder if he's like comatose.
Right.
And
that's sort of what you expect. Yeah.
Yeah, like you do see him swallow just a bunch of pills, and they set that up throughout the movie, and it feels like something's missing there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, like I said, hey, we added ads and no complaints, so yay. And still trying to decide what other little touch-ups to do around the site. I'm still trying to decide if I like the round avatars or not. There were a few complaints about them early, and then they sort of vanished, so I'm thinking of sticking with them or going with the almighty Squircle.
I like round avatars, but that seems like the standard at this point, right?
Oh, yeah. I love me a good Squircle, though.
Yeah, see, I keep going to the Squircle because you get the extra space for someone who wants to put something there. We can put the little persons online thing to the bottom right, but we'll see. There's lots of little tweaks that can be made. And on to the actual news. So who's going to see Kizuna on July 7th? Nobody. Movie's been delayed. There is no date yet. The official reason they gave was production delays, and ironically, in the last few days, we may have found out what that is.
Oh, really?
Yes. We had been under the impression that recording was finished, and we now know that's not quite true.
Oh,
okay. We know in his new home studio, Joshua Seth did some pickup lines, and in fact, he only recorded in the studio because he flew out early after calling them saying, if I can fly out there, you guys record me because they may be shutting stuff down soon.
Right.
So it's very possible there's people who have not recorded yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or at the very least that they may need pickup lines and such.
Like Joshua Seth's pickups, like I said a moment ago, those apparently were done from his house in Florida just in the last few weeks.
Yeah, I would assume not everybody has that capability in their homes.
Yeah, and I know a lot of voice actors who didn't have home studios are starting to throw stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then on top of that, they've started to, they were never completely closed, but as more theaters in Japan reopen, we're up to 18 theaters that plan to show Kizuna between now and July to some degree. Which feels weird because we are 3 months out at this point. So now it's expanding again, which feels weird.
Sure.
That's not neat.
I mean, there's no Japanese Blu-ray announcement yet, so catch it while you can.
Yeah. And then probably the most interesting one here is Yu Yuan Wang drew last Kizuna art after he was invited to a screening in China, and he was the one who did all the old Digimon manhwas. And that was just something really neat to see, to be honest.
Yeah, the style's completely not what I expected from the manhwa artist.
Well, I think it's a bit easier when he can sit there and concentrate on an image rather than having.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because, yeah. I don't know. It was just nice to see, and got a little message from him to post along with the art and everything, which was just neat to do. And then the big news was Derek Stephen Prince is back as Ken and Vmon. And it feels like this was one of the voices where people were really chomping at the bit waiting for. Because, of course, there were only so many of them.
Yeah. This was one that I don't think too many people were surprised by to see him back, but it's good to hear.
Yeah. And then I sort of posted the pseudo updates we've had, like. So let's go over those really quickly. Tom Fawn's been mentioned a few times, mostly by Jeff Nimoy and a few others, where, Tom said after he voiced Agumon would go get lunch. And it's like, okay, that is for the movie, but technically speaking, we don't quite know based on who had the information and when, but yes. And then we have the worst kept secret, which is Colleen O'Shaughnessy as Sora. Because
that's one of those you don't worry about too much.
No, we're really not worried about that one, but I believe the first attempt by anyone to ask her, the response was, well, I can't say anything, but I also can't not say anything. And then it was like a shrug. Or what? It was one of those where she doesn't know if she can say anything, seemingly. Other people have said she is, but not anyone who would have been in the room with her or has said they got the information from her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a weird case of, yes, she's playing Sora, but technically speaking, yeah. And then Brian Donovan as Davis has been mentioned in much the same fashion as Tom Fawn as Agumon.
Right. So another one that you're not too surprised by.
No, really not surprised at all. But that's one of the ones where, is it confirmed? Yes, but it's not one where we can point to something and go, the person who said this 100%,
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when
put it on your scorecard, but it's not.
Yeah. Because I believe the exact quote was, it was Jeff Nimoy on a podcast, and he said roughly, he likes writing Davis because he knows Brian Donovan is going to hit the lines exactly how he wants him to. But that doesn't.
It also, Jeff wasn't the voice director.
No, exactly. So it's one of those things where Jeff and Brian do know each other very well, so it's assumed that if he's saying that, yes. But Jeff Nimoy, in this case, would not be the person who would have been in the room.
Right.
Exactly. And I don't remember the exact wording Jeff used, but it was something along those lines. But yeah. So that's neat to see. And then we get to talk about the favorite topic of AR Pulver. V-Tamer.
At least there's content this time. Well, sort of.
Yeah. So first off, we have they put up the clean chapter cover, and that's just such nice artwork. Although
it's so nice.
It is. I like how you have the different skin tones and you can see the Digivice clearly, even though it's small. And I don't know why, but seeing Zero Maru just always makes me smile, especially since he doesn't really belong in that image, does he?
He does.
He belongs everywhere. You shut your mouth. He belongs everywhere possible.
Yes,
he belongs in my heart.
It's not just that it's. I mean, he does belong everywhere in the sense of
yes.
V-Dramon does, but you can look at him and say, "Oh, that's Zero."
He looks like he's going to eat them.
Well, that's why it's weird because
Agumon does look tasty.
Yeah, Agumon's usually the one eating. And but I'm just so excited to read this when it finally arrives at my place. I'm so excited.
And the neat thing was we got the early artwork they showed, which is, for those who can see the video, it's the image in the bottom middle. Funny part was he put it up without giving context, and it's an actual far more important scene than you'd think. It's a lot of people thought it'd be early, and it is not.
Please, no spoilers. Mine hasn't arrived yet. Please.
I'm not spoiling. I'm just saying it's a very important scene.
Okay, but I need to. I haven't read it yet. I'm excited to read it.
But May, wouldn't this be like finding out the story beforehand?
Go away. No.
Which you approve of?
It didn't register
that's
to
different.
me.
There's whether or not I'm consuming it or not. I would like to consume it on my own without being told.
Yeah, the difference.
Yeah.
The difference here is May has access to it, and it's coming
I know, but
things.
that's why it's fun to mock a little bit.
But a novel I have access to, that's still me consuming it. Whether or not I'm consuming it through watching it or reading it, I'm still consuming it on my own.
I have seen you tell people the movie's not good.
No, I haven't said the movie. I said the novel was not good. I've always made it very clear.
There was once or twice where you didn't.
No, I've definitely not. Don't think I've said the movie's not good. Maybe I said the story is the same, so the story's not good. But I've not said the movie's not good.
Fair enough on that one.
Yeah.
Then Tenya Yabuno put up what he called the wastefully high-resolution image series with one of his favorite shots, which is the two Taichis, and Adventure Taichi really does not look happy or aware at what is going on.
I feel like that shot has to happen in every V-Tamer crossover.
Also, am I wrong, or does the art almost feel like kind of peanutsy here?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Like I like it, but like it almost like it just feels kind of Charlie Brownish to me.
I like how they actually make them look slightly different with the different hair colors. Like, I'm really glad that they've differentiated as much as they could between the two.
I mean, to be fair, V-Tamer Taichi always has been drawn a bit different. But it's not one of those, you're not used to seeing them side by side, so it's almost weird to have that.
There's also an element of flexibility with the manga. He'll draw Taichi a little differently based on the context of different situations.
Well, especially since he hasn't
probably more of a lighthearted thing.
Especially since hasn't drawn him in manga form in 17 years. He's drawn him a few times, but
I read the Pokemon Horizons manga, and like the style is very similar. So he has drawn Taichi, but just not looking exactly like Taichi and not called Taichi. But the expressions is very Taichi.
And then the weirdest one is, does it feel weird with all this new art? We get to see the card. We had seen the previews, but for just to be existing artwork.
I don't care. It's beautiful.
Oh no, the cards are great. I do hope we'll see more of them with some newer artwork.
Or like something more dynamic, not just sort of like them just standing there.
Well,
Zero Maru's perfect and gorgeous and happy, and I love him.
I'm pretty sure the Zero Maru one was one of the bonus images at the back of Volume 1. Which is a bit...
Maybe. I can't be bothered grabbing my copy, but maybe. I probably could without... Because I've got to keep my headphones on because my headphone cord is long, so maybe I'll just... I wonder if it can reach.
I like how we can hear May has left. Me and AR shall move on while May searches for her manga.
The next subject's US
I've got it.
centric anyway.
Yeah, it would be near the end of the book. Seasons 1 through 4 are back on Hulu, and they actually separated season 2 out of season 1 right after it launched, which confused the hell out of people because they were not moving them quickly. So at one point it was like, oh, there's 54 episodes of season 1 and 8 episodes of season 2, and then if you go to 02, there's 42 episodes.
Oh.
Everything's moved at this point, but yeah, a bit weird. But nice to have everything streaming again.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then we got the results of the fan poll. And the only people who were shocked were the people who have not been paying attention. Let's go over the list quickly. Number 1 is Omegamon. The number of people who were legitimately shocked and upset at this actually did surprise me a little bit.
Really?
Did you not see the people who were shocked and upset?
No, I don't really pay attention to reactions to this sort of stuff.
Okay.
Isn't it the same as basically every other poll?
Yes.
Like the one they did 5 years ago? That's more or less the same as?
I believe Habu even said part of why they don't do these that much is they know what the results are going to be. The one from 2015, I believe they said that Omegamon was literally double of number 2, which was War Greymon. And guess who number 2 is? War Greymon. 3 is Dukemon.
Comparing these from the 2015 poll.
There's only 2 differences.
4, yeah.
4 is Beelzebumon. 5 is Agumon. 6 is Alphamon. 7 is Paledramon. And that is the only one that seemed to legitimately shock anyone. Because you would
legit. That kind of surprises me too.
It only surprises.
It really surprised me.
It only surprises me because I would have figured Imperial Dramon was more popular, but
Right.
I almost wonder if people are so excited that it feels like there's going to be a Pale Dramon gem figure soon that he was more in people's minds. Because he ranked very highly in that poll for the perfect Digimon. So I almost wonder if he was just like in people's minds. Number 8 is Terriermon. Number 9's Vmon. Number 10's Patamon. And that original Patamon art just always makes me laugh, just the look on his face.
Yeah. Such strange art. So yeah, 2 changes from the 2015 poll.
Poor Gaomon. Even with people trying to stack the vote, he didn't show up.
Oh, poor Gaomon. Unless they could tell that it was stacked and they
I would assume they would have done that after 1 or 2 attempts in the past to do this. But it's more fun to pretend like even with stacking it didn't happen.
But why Galmon? Like, why are people stacking that
Digimon? Because that one Latin American YouTuber has decided that's the Digimon he wants to win every poll, and that's why you get all those Galmon people screaming about it randomly.
I mean, I do like Galmon. Like, Galmon's cool.
But not enough to care.
No, I mean, I voted Airdramon for this, so like my vote was clearly like moot anyway. Like, no one's gonna also like. There may be, like,
I think I voted for Terriermon.
That's fair. So Terriermon's very good.
Mine made the list.
Like, I would have voted Terriermon, but like I love Airdramon. Aidramon's just cool. I just think he's neat.
I voted for Agumon Hakase or Omegamon. Wink, wink.
Should have stuck with the first answer there.
But yeah, it's nice to get, but it really was exactly what you would expect.
Yeah, and like people always wonder why we keep on getting new Omegamons or
because
because it's popular with sells. People like them.
Yeah, and that's all we have to say about that. But it seems they're going to keep doing these, so hopefully we keep getting results, and it'll just be nice to see. Because the next one is what is everyone's favorite movie thing?
Okay.
My vote's definitely wasted there. No one agrees with me for my favorite movie.
Savers?
No, it's Revenge of Diaboromon, but I think I actually put down our war game because I think I do like our war game more, but I think Revenge of Diaboromon I've seen so many times I can quote the dub lines off by heart.
See, here's the weird.
Your heart. Go Revenge of Diaboromon.
See, here's the weird thing about that. Revenge of Diaboromon is not as good as movie 2, but I can easily see why anyone would vote for it because it has some great moments in it.
I think it's more fun. Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see.
I like how Iori is useful. Iori happens.
No, he really isn't.
He does more than he's done before.
I don't remember what Iori does in that
says
movie.
everyone
other than
rise your
throwing the
phones to the
Kuramon
sky.
back into the, other than throwing the soccer ball.
Yeah. And also Ken and Daisuke are just precious in the entire movie. But yeah, I like the movie.
Yeah.
And then there were a few not quite Digimon-related songs, which we won't go deeply into those, but they're nice listens and few interesting people pop up in them. And then we got to see concert footage from 2014 of Wada Koji at Animelo Summer 2014 doing a butterfly in front of a massive fucking crowd.
That's a big crowd.
Yeah, I think the numbers, it was like 80,000 over the 3 days, or might have been each day. I don't remember.
That really blows you away more than the performance it's good. Like, it's classic Wada Koji, but
it's just nice to see and nice to post it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have products. So first up, the new Digimon Z V-Pet's been teased in V-Jump.
I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to this so much.
Objectively, there is no information on this minus that the shell silhouette's the pendulum.
And they exist. And I'm excited.
Yes. What's interesting is they don't commit to the name being like Digital Monster Z or Digimon Pendulum Z or anything like that.
Z though, it's really Zeto.
It's presented as a code name. See, here's the thing. It's a giant. I don't care if it says it next to it. There's a giant Z sitting there. I'm calling it Z.
Z.
I'm
Why do you call it Psy?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it Psy. Actually, it looks like an N on its side, so I'm gonna call it the Digital Monster N.
V-Pet Z with the really weird looking question marks that bother me for some reason.
You're right. Like they look like they've been stretched. Like
yeah,
they have a normal one, and then they had to stretch it to make it fit.
It really bothers me.
I agree.
So at this point, we can reasonably guess that it's using the pendulum shell. At that point, probably the same screen. I'm curious to see what they come up with because, well, V-Pets aren't my thing. A lot of people really like the X's for doing a lot of interesting stuff with them. So I hope they do some neat stuff here if they do keep the tech the same.
I would just expect it to be the DMX version of the pendulums to be what the version 20th and to the DMX what they are to each other. This is the same sort of similar upgrade of
yeah,
stuff. I really hope that I don't have to shake to train it though. That feature shits me. I don't want the shaking.
So what you're saying is you're hoping it's just Digital Monster Z and not Digimon Pendulum Z.
I just don't want a pendulum in it. It can be pendulum shaped. That's fine. I just don't want the ball bearing.
We will no doubt have more to say about those. So next time on Digimon Pendulum Z. But for now, we have the Digicol figures, which I think this was exactly what me and May guessed they were going to be. And in fact, I think I got a tweet or some message from May screaming, "We're both fucking right."
Yeah, I said I hate when I think I said I hate when we're both right because I think I said both what I thought it was going to be, but what I hoped it was going to be was the I wanted Hawkmon and Armadillomon, but I knew that it was going to be just, hey, these are the same figures, exactly the same, buy them again.
I believe they've sold out at a few stores already. So
they have. Of course they have. They wouldn't release it if they weren't going to sell out.
Yeah. I don't think I have any of these. Or maybe, I have Palamon. Never mind.
I will say
the
bonus item from Premium Bandai, it's nice, but it's also kind of pathetic.
Yep.
It is a photo print. It is a photo print of figures that are not involved in what you get.
Like, I'm glad that it's that. Like, I'd be worried that it was like, hey, if you buy these, you get like 2 more figures or 1 more figure.
You don't have to buy them now, is why.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those
are up to pre-order. If it said it's exactly the same except we've added 1 more figure or 2 more figures, I would buy the whole fucking thing again.
No, don't worry. We'll talk about the stuff May might have to buy now. So there's the adventure stickers, which cheap, nice. These are gonna sell like crazy.
I'm fairly certain I pre-ordered them just because, like, yay, adventure.
And then the weirdest thing is up-to-date phone cases. I think almost every time we've gotten phone cases in the past, it's always been for like a generation or 2 behind, and this time we get new ones with some really nice sprite artwork for basically all the current devices, at least iPhones. Mm-hmm. Android fans get nothing.
Yep, as always.
Don't worry, May.
Redbubble for me.
Don't worry, May. You can buy the batteries.
Yay.
The face chargers, I don't know if I like these or hate these. Because they're so lazy, but also I like them. And the
interesting expressions in them. I think Patamon's kind of a fun look. Yeah. Like, it's not the straightforward one like the Tailmon one is or the Gabumon one is.
Yeah. And then the wireless chargers, which I love the Digivice design for this.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it had a little spinny orange thing, but it will not. And the IC card cases, which same designs, but not much to say about those since I don't think any of us would have any use for those.
I mean, for IC, like for train cards, yeah. Like I've used an IC case before for my my key card, which is the transportation in my state.
So what May's saying is she is going to buy it.
No, I mean I've already got one. I don't need it, but I'm saying that I would have a use for it if I didn't already have one. Okay, I almost bought it though, just because I like the Digivice one. I like the design.
And then the next product is Mysterious 02 Model Kit, which almost universally everyone has the same guess for what this is. Fighter mode.
It could just be Blackwall Greymon again.
That even for Bandai, that wouldn't quite make sense, although that has been a guess. But I feel like the only serious guess that's popped up a lot has been fighter mode, with an asterisk next to it. Fighter mode with paladin mode 6 months later.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll know that tomorrow. It says the 27th because of the time difference. It'll be tomorrow for most of us, I believe.
It's tomorrow either way, really.
Yeah, it's tomorrow for me. It's 26th here.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to figure out the hours based on what day it is in Japan and where me and AR are.
It is vaguely tomorrow, no matter what.
It's literally
close
24
enough.
hours from now. Okay. No, it's 24 hours from now. Because it's 11:30
close
a.m.
enough.
in Japan now.
And then
I'm pretty sure they're an hour behind me.
The Sendai Limited base closed, which we thought we were finally going to have 3 of those shops, and now it's back to 2, which seems to be the permanent plan. Not much to say about it, though. And then, we only got this like literally an hour ago. The Digivice pre-orders have been delayed from June 2nd to June 26th, which gives May some time to save money.
I don't need to save money. I've got enough money for it.
Yes, but my joke would not have worked if I did not say save.
Ah, gotcha.
Not really shocking that they'd push this back, to be honest. I mean, the show's been off at this point for about a month, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see when it comes back. That's it for products. Minus, look at all this card stuff. I kind of forgot how big the booster was before we got all the cards, to be honest. Like, I kind of got used to the battle spirits where boosters are kind of small-ish. And here it's just like 115 cards, a bunch of parallel cards, and the art's so nice on everything.
Beautiful, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, there's not too much to say just because it's not like we're going to sit there and go over every card, but the parallel cards are so nice.
Everyone go gawk at the art on your own time.
Yeah, like Agumon, Gabumon busting out of the V-Pets. The V-Dramon one's clearly from V-Tamer. And look, Kenji Watanabe drawing Omegamon, something we've never seen before.
Okay.
Yeah. And, they did...
Can I point out my favorite one?
Yes.
I actually really dig the 2 Metal Greymon ones, how we have, like,
the
OG Metal Greymon, but then we have, like, an updated one of what he looks like now. I fucking love that.
I think the best part of that card, to be honest, is that on the parallel card where they've styled it to look like the old card game.
Yeah, that's something else I like about it.
Yeah. Although that has to be really annoying for if you want to actually play that card. Because, like, you're looking for the circle in the corner, you're looking for the text in certain places and stuff sort of moved around a bit.
At least there's text. I play Magic the Gathering, and imagine having to describe something. There's like a card that does 5 things, and there's a full art version, and the full arts don't have text on it. And this card, it's called Cryptic Command. It says choose 2 of these things, and it seems super overpowered, so nobody fucking believes you if they don't know the card. It sounds like you're just making, like, this impossible card up. There's a reason this card is like $120 per card. But yeah, so at least they give you the text still. It's not just like, yep, we assume you already know how to play the game. And good luck making new players believe you that this card exists.
And with the booster stuff, they did more fun because I don't fully watch these, but I kind of liked how they had them in box, and then they did a battle with just what they unboxed with right after. And then they started a second show where they are showing off just battles between various people, and we've gotten to see a printable Omegamon playmat they gave us around when that started, which from Booster 1. And we finally have Booster 2 stuff. V-Jump had art samples, which look really nice. We get to see the Dark Masters and UL Force V-Dramon. I think Pinocchimon looks the best here, though, to be honest.
Mm.
And then we get the cover art for the packs, and I believe we knew about all of these Digimon except Devimon and Wargreymon, I think. Did we know about Devimon? I don't remember. Do you guys?
I don't remember now.
Don't remember.
Okay. And then in Digimon Card Battle Episode 1, we got a short adventure teaser, which I think it had maybe like 5 seconds of new footage.
Yeah, some of that looked unfamiliar.
Yeah,
but not most of it was the same.
Yeah. It was the type of thing where it has unique footage, but nothing like worthwhile to the point that I almost threw that out entirely from being listed because I don't remember. There's way too much card stuff happening. Like,
Exciting.
It's hard to keep track of it.
I'm so excited for my boosters to arrive.
I like how you messaged me that you were able to. The shipping wasn't as bad as you thought.
Yeah, I was fucking surprised. Like, I mean, it was still a lot because it included like the consolidation fees and all the various other bits of shipping. But yeah, pretty hype.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, you'll have another booster box to buy soon, May.
The second one, I've got that on pre-order. I'm excited.
And then, because I am dumb, still doing the lead up, which is it gets harder and harder to do because I'm getting near like 100 suggestions, and I try to keep it to stuff people can find free and that I can actually know enough to speak about. Makes it annoying. So, did City Hunter, Little Nemo, and Project Aiko.
Where is Project Aiko available? I had that on VHS.
Netflix.
That was a
Isn't
thing.
that on Netflix? Oh no, not that one. Never mind. I was thinking of something
Yeah,
else.
Aiko. They just put up it subbed on Retro Crush. It's dubbed on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
That's one of those where I believe I was going to include it when I was doing the original try lead up, but it wasn't. It had fallen out of being licensed at the time. Because Aiko's one of those ones that if you were an anime fan in the 90s, there's almost no chance you did not see Aiko.
Yeah, Aiko is one of those when you're back in the day just starving for anything to watch, finding Project Aiko and going, okay, this is kind of amazing.
Yeah. And then you'd later realize, oh, this is actually like on tape and at almost the anime section of almost any rental store.
Yeah.
So it's one that was very easy to watch and rewatch, and it's still kind of amazing, to be honest.
It's still funny.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, but it's funny.
Oh no, it's very ridiculous. Yeah. So good. And then we have the beloved social media art.
Oh,
yeah. I like these.
These are great.
So first up, we have Cubimon and Keratinmon sitting down to watch Gegege no Kitaro. I like how
a random combination.
Well, I believe the idea is it's all ones that might fit into a yokai theme.
Sure.
Then we had Volcano Oda drawing Fladramon, which hours later he then put up a different version of it when he realized he made a mistake, and he touched up a lot more than the mistake, which was kind of interesting to be able to compare and contrast what he did, because he forgot the tail. And then just a few days ago, they put up Impmon and Kulumon playing inside while Gardramon watches over them. Oh, this one's so good. And then a couple weeks ago, they didn't put up new art, but they put up just Gatchmon from the Thanks for the Year a few years ago, which is nice to see, and a script they found of our war game. It's kind of sad they stopped doing those right after this, huh? Because, well, the person doing the social media knows the audience. But I would have liked to see like the ones for Hurricane Touchdown and Diablomon and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But oh well.
Yeah. Oh, we saw a couple of the covers for the couple of the Try movies. They looked unique art for a couple of those, which was kind of interesting.
Wait, what did they throw up?
When they threw there, we saw a couple snippets of the. I don't know if it was an official release, but we saw the covers of a couple of the Try movies, and those look like unique art that I don't think we ever saw before.
I don't remember that getting thrown up.
Yeah, I know I do. I remember, at least for movie 2, that I remember that there was actually a unique image of Mimi on it. I don't know.
Are you thinking back to when we saw the art from the museum thing?
No, I don't think so. I thought it was an actual script.
Oh, okay. I know what you're. I thought you meant like in the last week or two when they've been putting up the scripts.
Oh no, I'm like that.
You're talking about when they would come out and they were throwing up the scripts. Okay, yeah. I was sitting there going, did I miss this? What's he talking about? And that makes much more sense. And then questions. So you guys can throw up questions in the chat, and we'll start with some of the prepared ones. The first one, I like this one. Why do you guys have so few tech issues for the show? Because there's, outside of internet and an actual like microphone issue, everything almost just goes through my machine and I throw it up so quickly. There isn't time for issues to pop up. Like if AR, me, or May has an audio issue during the show, that's there, and there's only so much to do about it at that point because the show's live. So even if there is an audio issue, it's something we either fix or just hiccups and move on from. Because I mean, I kind of took this to mean more like, we don't lose shows like has happened with other shows.
Oh yeah, like mine, where we lost like 3 shows during the time of running it.
Yeah. And then the next one was actually a good one because I don't think we actually discussed it. Someone asked, was Digifest canceled due to COVID?
Was Digifest ever announced?
No, because remember, it was supposed to be the Olympics this summer.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of stuff in Japan had been moved around schedule-wise or to different venues, or just, we're not going to do it this year, we'll do it next. And that's... And the other truth is they might have planned to announce Digifest after the movie, and by then they already went, Let's see. Ramon asked, if you pre-order the Kizuna movie before it got delayed, you have to pre-order it again when there's a new release date? The answer is, in most cases, no. Amazon's not canceling pre-orders. Right Stuff's not. Shout took down their item page, but I don't believe they canceled any pre-orders.
Yeah, they still have my money, so
yeah,
I assume they're going to still send it to me when they're ready to.
Yeah, basically, unless you get an email saying your order's canceled, your order's still fine. Like Amazon and Right Stuff, I believe, are still taking pre-orders completely normally. At one point, it was in the top 10 even after this. But yeah. And my personal favorite, because there's only one way this could have been seen. Someone asked, why do I have red headphones? They don't match the sense of aesthetics they think I have. And this means that they saw me when I was actually on a video show a month or 2 ago, and they decided they had to ask. And the answer
I want to know what this I want to know what this person thinks your aesthetics are.
I have to I had to clean it up a bit. There wasn't any additional. It was something like, doesn't have the sense of style or something like that. It's like, I don't have style. It's like, I don't have style. I rewrote it to aesthetics because I think that's what they meant. The answer is when I decided I was getting a new headset, 2 years ago, I think it was, the one that I decided to get was about 120, and if I got it in red, it was like 40. And I don't care about headphones because it's like a giant headset. I'm not going to be like walking down the street with it where I actually might care. I still wouldn't, but I would rather have...
You care for the sake of all your Twitch subscribers.
Yeah, I care for the $80, which I'm sure I bought something stupid with right after. But yeah, the headphones have only ever been seen once, which means they had to have seen them there. But yeah, it was purely, do I get it in blue, do I get it in black, or do I save a bunch of money? I would rather save the money. Because it's not like I'm looking at them when I'm wearing them either. Like, I can, like, if I bend my eye, I can sort of see the stock, but that's about it. And my personal favorite question, you guys seem calmer about all these delays than many are.
Because we're adults.
Yeah.
Yeah, because here's the thing. There's nothing there's nothing we can do about it. Like, here's the thing. We want to see the movie. Like, the people going like full on freak out, that doesn't change anything.
These are weird times. You just sort of have to roll with everything.
Yeah. And to be fair, if I thought I was going to like Survive, I might care more, but I honestly don't think so.
With me, I think I am going to enjoy Survive, but for me, they haven't issued a hard date other than the year.
Yeah.
So the fact that they haven't, so it's still sort of up in the air and vague and fuzzy when it's going to come out anyway. So I don't. If they had an actual date, I'd have something concrete to look forward to, and if they delayed it from there, I'd be a little more frustrated. But for now, it's like, whatever, 2019, 2020, 2022, it'll come out when it comes out.
Well, especially with stuff like, say, the movie or the show delays, those delays can only last so long.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And because I saw, when I put that question in, I actually did finally go and actually check the schedule for Railgun, since that's been my go-to example of this. I don't think ARMA saw when I posted earlier, so I'm going to put this in the chat so they can see the delay schedule that show has had, attempting to keep up with its production rather than just going delay.
Yeah. It's a lot. That start-stop is a lot more.
Yeah.
It's a lot more momentum busting than just stop for a little while and crank everything back up when you're ready to.
Yeah. Because in the case of the show, they've put it off, but they've put off all their stuff. It's going to be back soon enough. The movie...
Yeah, it's not like Adventure is the only thing that's on hiatus. Like, everything is stalled.
And as for the movie, okay, we expected it July 7th. It's not like we're going to wait that much long for it, to be honest. Like, what is worst case scenario? Christmas? I have other stuff I can watch. I'm not that... It's just, there's no worry involved, really, is the thing, at least for me.
Right. We will get it eventually. And it's like... It's kind of like going off of the vibe that May has. It's like, I'm not like super dying to watch this movie. Like, it's gonna be what it is. Like, either I'll enjoy it or I won't.
Yeah, well, we mentioned it last time. The movie really did have the rug pulled out from under it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Let's see, and then... So, what theme or Digimon do we think will be featured or teased in Booster 3? I mean, that's just flipping a coin and guessing at this point, to be honest. Here's my guess. Some form of Agumon, Greymon, Metal Greymon, War Greymon, or Omegamon will show up in Booster Pack 3. I know me with these crazy guesses.
Yeah.
Cross your fingers for Hakusei.
Or
more Adramons.
Or Bonds of Courage and Friendship, because gotta be a home video release in Japan at some point. But yeah, the problem is with actual theme, it's almost just throwing out and guessing at this point, because, like, what is the theme of Booster 1?
Digimon.
No, but I mean, it's called New Evolution, but it introduces the green cards, but there's no real theme to it, is there?
No.
There are Digimon that were in Boosters 1 and 2. There will be a lot of Digimon that haven't been featured yet that will cover.
But that's what I mean, like, the theme for... But, like, if we look at the theme for Booster 2, they've said, oh, it's going to be dark. It's going to have black and purple cards. They show the Dark Masters, and, hey, look, it's not quite Zeromaru sitting right next to them, and War Greymon's on the cover. I think the theme is just what the packaging is going to look like, and we'll see past that.
Yeah.
And then, this was a prepared one that was actually pretty good, I think. If Kizuna's home video release ended up delayed and we ended up getting it in theaters at this point, would you go?
Yeah.
It depends on the situation in my area.
Well, I assume the question meant theaters are open and it's
reasonably safe. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those things where, like, I don't know, because we don't know what it'd be like if it happened. Like if they go, hey, theaters are open in 3 weeks and it's there at 7 p.m., I would probably go no.
Yeah, in 3 weeks from now, that's really tough to sell. But the thing is, if they actually announced a theatrical release, it would probably be if conditions were right, because they don't want to play it again.
I'll be honest. If it was a theatrical release, I honestly think it'd be the way a lot of Fathom stuff used to be done, where, hey, they're showing it on a Monday and the disc is out on a Tuesday. And if they did that, I wouldn't really care at that point, to be honest.
Right.
We'll give them a chance to think up any more questions, then we'll call it. It is good that we did not do this a week ago before we had the V-Jump news and stuff. The sad thing is I'm pretty sure me and AR could have talked about Aiko for a good hour or two.
I mean, if that was one of the prepared things, I would have had to watch it again, and I don't have a VHS player, so I'm not sure about that.
I need to rewatch it. It's been on DVD. It's been on DVD a few times. Sorry, May. Did you say something?
Yeah, I just have never seen it. I've never really heard of it.
Oh, you'd really. I guarantee you'd love Aiko.
You would very much enjoy it. It's very old, but it's.
So is Bubblegum Crisis, but I fucking love Bubblegum Crisis.
Oh, if you like Bubblegum Crisis, it's gonna be great.
See, and I said this on Twitter actually. More people who like anime need to go watch Streets of Fire. All 80s OVAs and stuff are based on the movie Streets of Fire. Bubblegum Crisis especially.
Yeah.
Bubblegum Crisis is so fucking good.
I literally posted just a short review of Streets of Fire just because I rewatched it. One of the first comments was someone going, I went and watched the trailer after you said that, and wow, that's just Prue, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, looks like no more questions, so we'll call it. AR, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at FirstAgentARP. And Digimon.firstagent.net is my review site.
May, where can they find you?
Lost in Translation on basically everywhere. Website lostintranslationmon.com. I do blog posts, and now I do videos where I just talk about how Bandai Asia got really high and designed a bunch of V-Pets. So yeah, that's basically where I can be found. Yay.
Don't forget your normal Twitter, May.
My normal Twitter, that's it. That's in the box, at Ancient Irismon, and I mainly just talk about my dog. I really like my dog. My dog's cool.
And we will jump back, since Balmung posted a question right as we moved on from it. What guesses or expectations do we have for where Digimon may go in 2021 and beyond?
Another Omegamon figure.
I mean, for 2021. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to see where the Adventure reboot goes.
Yeah, I was gonna say for 2021, at least at the beginning, we're still expecting Adventure to be going on. Like, despite all the weird pseudo rumors people have written on their own with no evidence, there's never really been any proof that it's going to be a short show.
It doesn't feel like a short show.
No, and literally the last short show in that time slot was a show that lasted a full year, and it was literally Digimon Savers. Everything since then has been longer than a full year. So we will see. You guys can find me at With the Will, Mark FBR. I do like to occasionally see when people get upset when I don't post on the name they think I should, which is funny to me. And there's also... It's been nice having slightly less news, but we'll be getting some stuff coming up. You guys can also support us from Patreon. May and AR have their own Patreons and coffees and various things to give them money.
Yay, give me money.
Please do give us money.
Don't give them money, give it to me. I appreciate you all more. Do we have anything else to say?
No, let's lock it in before we hit the hour mark.
Okay, we'll catch you. I mean, to be fair, we're not even close to the hour mark. We're still 4 or 5 minutes away.
I don't know. Your outro might take 5 more minutes at this rate.
See, the problem is you say that, and then I want to go slower to upset you.
No, we're almost there. We can do it.
Okay, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye.